So you finished, so you're 1 year out, you've been working, um, I guess you've also done a lot of, I guess, education. Like, so you recently had a seminar about pain. You sort of, I guess you're pretty passionate about pain and like the pain science stuff things. Can you maybe tell some of the people out there, or maybe give like a quick recap of your seminar and like some of the main points from that seminar?
Yeah,
And your talk?
100%,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah,
So, like, that's an area that I am passionate about.
yeah.
It's helping people in chronic pain because there's lots of just misinformation out
Mm,
there, and it gets really hard to, for a person experiencing pain, it gets hard to know what the right thing to do is because
yeah,
there's lots of misinformation.
yeah,
So, I, with my job that I had at the Sixth Principal, we had like a mentorship
yeah,
that we ran. So we would get sports science students come to that. And one of the topics, my boss was just like, oh, you can do any EP topic you like. So my passion, chronic pain. So really it's just in the presentation, I just talk about, what some of the misconceptions about pain that, it gets portrayed like pain is always bad. It means damage. It's something structurally wrong. So we know now that, pain doesn't always equal damage, and
yeah,
it's okay to work through pain. It's okay to train through pain.
yeah,
And just breaking down like a bit more of a practical framework, how to go about it,
yeah,
um, without creating what's called nocebo. So
yeah,
without creating more fear around movement. So nocebo is like, if I tell you something is negative, you're more likely to believe it
yeah,
and realize it. So if I say, okay, don't lift with a bent spine, because if you lift with a bent spine, you're going to, really hurt yourself. That's terrible for your discs. You're going to
yeah,
experience really bad back pain.
yeah,
That's sort of giving you a negative expectation of what might happen.
yeah,
So you're more likely to take that on and
yeah,
go, when you lift with a bent back, you're like, oh, yeah, no, this is bad. And then you might be more likely to experience some pain.
yeah,
So really it's like, my main thing I wanted to get across with my presentations and whenever I talk about pain to clients and when I'm mentoring or doing a seminar is pain is not always bad.
yeah,
We can live through it. We can train through it. We can move through it. We have to help it improve. And as long as you're not giving nocebo and you're promoting lots of resiliency within the human body, you're promoting movement optimism. So it's good to move. It's good to be active.
yeah,
And you're trying to reduce the barriers to get people started
yeah,
to exercise. That's
yeah.
kind of the main thing that I wanted to try and get across.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And I guess obviously, first consult with a professional if you are experiencing some pain, if you want to have a chat about it.
Definitely.
But if you were to give maybe give some advice for people out there, or maybe like even how to train around pain, because sometimes you're going to feel something during training at some point. What would some of the advice be on how to work around that pain that you experience at the gym? But first, consult a professional. But anyway, we want some social
Yes.
media sound
Dis-
bites.
disclaimer.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, as you said, like pain is inevitable, like in life. We can't really avoid it, and especially when you're training pretty hard and you're going for strength, you're going to try to build muscle, push hard. Things are going to start to hurt or niggle a little bit, and if you can just change a little bit of the perception around that, you can really help you progress, but also relieve so much like mental anxiety and mental stress. But probably the main things are firstly recognizing pain doesn't always mean that I've done something terrible.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you've got a sore back, it doesn't mean that you've bulged a disc out your
Yeah,
spine,
right.
or if
Yeah.
you've got a sore shoulder, it doesn't mean your rotator cuff's torn. Because in actuality, there's lots of evidence now that people have bulging discs, yet they have no pain.
Yeah. Okay.
And people have rotator cuff, full thickness tears, but their shoulder's fine. They can do everything, no problem, reporting no pain. It's very asymptomatic, which doesn't really make sense. So you can have pain, and it doesn't mean that something's damaged, and it's all good. So the main advice really is to work through pain is if it's not tolerable. So if it's individual for everybody, it's hard to say put a blanket on it because
Yeah,
your 4 out of 10 pain might be different to mine and vice
Yeah, okay.
versa.
Yeah.
So if it's not tolerable pain, might be good to just back off for a little bit.
Yeah.
So if let's say like squatting pretty low is really, really like 10 out of 10, 8 out of 10 pain.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe don't squat as low for now.
Yeah.
For now. What you can do is just maybe change some variables around. So instead of squatting all the way down, ass to grass, what if you squat to parallel with the same weight?
Yeah.
Does that feel any better?
Yeah.
If it's still no, okay, what if we change a bit of the load on the bar?
Yeah.
Does that feel any better? If
Yeah.
no, okay, what if we change the tempo? Does that feel better? No. Okay, what if we change the bar itself? What if we do a safety bar squat? Does that change it? No. So you can see kind of the thought process. You want to try and get to a point where it's tolerable.
Yeah.
So you're not trying to eliminate the pain fully. You're trying to get it to a point where it's tolerable.
Yeah.
It's normally about less than maybe a 4, 5 out of 10.
Mm.
And then you just hang around there, see how your symptoms are the next day. If it's no worse, great.
Yeah.
Then that's your entry point.
Yeah.
And then the next time you come into the gym, you might start with that same variable that you ended up on again.
Yeah.
And try and do it a little bit, try and add something in. So maybe
Yeah.
if you're only squatting safety bar to parallel now,
Yeah.
maybe what if you try and you pull up fine for a couple sessions? What if then you try going a little bit lower with the safety bar and then assessing, see how you go?
Yeah. Perfect.
That's
So-
kind of the plan. And then after a while, you do that long enough with knowing that, hey, no, I'm moving. This is good. You've got that positive thought process around it.
Yeah.
Then you'll improve.
Yeah, that's great. So, I guess, guys, you don't have to stop training. Just take some of that information that Patty just gave us and work through it. You know, you can still train and make some gains with some pain. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's it.